Hey guys, ever seen turtles live walking around on a beach? Or ever seen them from the ocean? No? Well, this is what I'm going to show you. So today was our first day in Maui in Hawaii, and we decided to go explore. We had a whole trip written down and everything. We decided to go to some beach first, and this is a beach where you can see live turtles. It's called Hukipa Beach Park, and it's spelled HO'Kipa if you're wondering. And a bunch of these rocks are actually turtles. They seem like rocks, and I was confused at first, but when I took a closer look, they were turtles. And here is an absolute bundle of turtles. They all just wash up on the shore. It's an amazing place for surfers, and you can just sit there and watch windsurfing competitions, a stunning backdrop, and a bunch of surfers doing their thing. Here you can catch a glimpse of some turtles in the ocean just popping their heads out for some air, and it was absolutely breathtaking. Inexperienced swimmers are advised not to swim here because it has very strong currents and high winds. And I swear I saw a turtle head just pop. Look, it's right there. There's like a dark image below the surface of the water. These are green Hawaiian turtles. They may not look green, but I assure you they are like a very deep green. It is absolutely stunning. And this is like our first stop, and I absolutely fell for the view. This is our next stop, which is we're going to Twin Falls, and there's limited parking here, which costs $10 per car. But overall, it was kind of worth it, to be honest. You can see everything here, the nature, how they just paved some roads and didn't want to disturb nature too much. The weather here is kind of, you can't really predict the weather here. And so we all wore some raincoats and headed out. When we got to the waterfall, though, it was pretty much worth it. And we saw a lot of exotic flowers and everything. It was just, it was class. It wasn't the classic thing you would see on some random trip. Here it's just you're just taking a walk through a random forest and you see this beautiful piece of nature, and it's just breathtaking. It's an exciting experience, and it's alluring. But the best part of this is a really random thing, but they only had 55 paid parking spots available. You can't do reservations, which is an amazing thing. It's just a first come, first served basis. But here are the Twin Falls. The water is all muddied and everything by the forest as it comes down from the forest from rain and everything. And I was absolutely stunned that I could barely talk. And then we tried touching the water, and it was ice cold. So if anyone wanted to swim here, I feel like they would have better luck in the Antarctic or something. But things are probably even more freezing there. And it was really muddy and everything, but who cares when you're on a good trip? It's just the force of water gushing out. It's like nature itself is propelling all of this. And this amazing tangle of branches, I don't know how it came to be, but it's mesmerizing. I even tried to hang on one, if I'm to be honest. It's just tangled everywhere, bottom to top. I don't know if these are branches or trunks or roots, but the way this has grown is absolutely stunning, because you can never see any of this normally. They are very dedicated to protecting this. Parking fees basically pay for general operating expenses and infrastructure improvements, like trail maintenance and beautification to maintain safe access and all of that management of the Twin Falls. Then we saw this random bamboo thing. and I liked it. And then all of these red flowers. Like, I've never really seen these flowers in trees before. Like, what is that? It looks like a red pine cone. Then so many trees mixed together. Honestly, this was one of the best experiences. And then we had an amazing drive with like greenery and literally lush greenery, absolutely teeming with life. And all of this just by our side. And we could just like, we never got bored. We just looked at it all day long. And then we had like a few waterfalls on the sides, just showing a bit of them. And to be honest, it wasn't all that bad. Look, we had rock cliffs, and on the other side we could have an ocean at some times, or a whole forest. And yeah, it was just like, it wasn't like you were driving. It was like you're in the middle of a forest, and if you ignore the road and the fact that you're sitting in a car, you could just go like, wow, how did I get myself into the middle of a forest? Like, this is a whole hill. If you look up, you can see the trees towering on forever. It's absolutely mesmerizing. And we had all of these. The roads here are pretty amazing, to be honest. And our next stop was the Garden of Eden. This Garden of Eden Arboretum, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Arboretum. It's a botanical garden, and it's an amazing place where it has ocean views, photo opportunity, art gallery, visitor center, and views of inaccessible waterfalls. Honestly, if you were dying, this would be the best place to die, honestly. It's absolute serenity. Here you could find like a 100-year-old mango tree, which is actually impressive, and like a duck pond and bird feeding area. There's a banana patch, waterfalls, as I just said before. Those are restricted access, so your only way of viewing them is by visiting the Garden of Eden. But all of this is actually stunning. Like those trees just tower up above you, like they're threatening to fall on you, but they won't, because they've been handled by years and years of growing and all of this. Just stunning. This drive is amazing and absolutely the perfect thing if you want to take a break from your normal city life or work or anything like that. This was an amazing way to spend my winter break, but the only thing that I don't like literally the one only thing, is that the rain is unpredictable and it kind of ruins the view. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting soaked if I could just watch all of this all day. But the drive was actually beautiful, lots of turns, and look at this site. This was one of the sites over there, but the view is just unimaginable. It's beautiful. Like, there are 2 waterfalls in the distance. I just love the haze on everything. It's just, it's mesmerizing. Like, you feel like you're in a dream. It's really just one of a kind. Special. I don't know what else to call it. I love the haze and how it's like abnormally fades into the background, but a short while later it started to rain, and so we went back inside the car. As I said, very hard to predict, the rain and weather terms. But after all, these views are actually to die for. Like, if you wanted to die, you would die here. And then this is a waterfall that we passed by on our drive. Again, it was raining like crazy. So we decided to just wait it out for a few seconds, and when it started to go away a bit, we went out knowing that it would come out it would start raining heavily again after a while. So we took a view, and we got so many waterfalls throughout the way. To be honest, This was one of the best days of my life. Another one of our stops was the Kihane Arboretum. It's really hard to pronounce that, honestly. But this is exotic flora, some kind of, plant and tree, just like protection and stuff. This landscaping, it mostly has a lot of history and lots of interesting native specimens that you won't be able to see back home. Mostly everyone who visits this is attracted to the rainbow eucalyptus. They are trees with beautiful bark and huggable appearances, since they're smooth and looks like non-prickly or anything on the outside, and you feel like even if you hugged it or do anything, it wouldn't even hurt. There are also blue marble trees, which are rainforest trees native to Australia. And the fruit colors appear artificial. They look like those giant 50-cent gumballs, blue gumballs, that send health-conscious mothers, honestly, into a frenzy. But for the adventurous, the fruit is edible, and the blue seeds are just as interesting as the fruit. And it's home to roughly about 150 specimens. And then after that, we have Puaka State Wayside Park. It tops many visitors' lists, to be honest, and it's actually pretty cool. If you do a short hike, it takes trekkers to pools that are ideal for a quick dip, and those who go further can cross the stream to the trail that ascends along a narrow path to the upper falls. Not many people use it because it rains a lot and it brings a lot of mud, which can lead to easy slippage and all. After that, there's the Wai'anapanapa State Park, and that was amazing. It's like a 122-acre state park, and honestly, I couldn't get enough of it. It was amazing. Tide pools at the park turn red several times a year. People say it's due to the arrival of small shrimp, but local folklore say it is the blood of Popoalia, a mythical princess who was murdered in a nearby lava tube by her husband, Chief Kakia. And then this is one of these very stunning waterfalls. But this state park includes lava tubes, the native halas, sea stacks, blowholes, small black sand beach, and more, honestly. It also includes seabird colonies and everything. Lots of endangered seabirds. But now we're on our Hana Drive. It's the one legendary and most known thing of Maui. And I have a lot to say about this. First, the road to Hana is a super windy road that goes from Paia to the little town of Hana, from North Shore to the East Shore. So that's a long trip. It's a full day trip. It can even be stretched out to 2 or 3 days if you want to explore all the best stops. But we tried to skim it, honestly. There are epic waterfalls, some of which I've shown you, and incredible hiking spots. Stunning views you'll have to see. It's mostly a top thing to do in Maui because of the road itself, but I will get to that later. But as of now, we are at the Wai'anapanapa State Park, and it is absolutely incredible. As you can see, so many different species of trees that you could never even dream to see in your normal house or home, unless you live here, honestly. To be honest, this absolutely breathtaking me, and we tried to walk slowly so we could capture and glimpse, just get a view of every single piece of it. Do you see all of these native trees that you couldn't they look like cactus. Okay, there are so many different ones though. Some look like cactuses, and some look like a tree that you've seen before, but it isn't really that same tree. It's something different all the time. Here we have some volcanic rocks and everything. And this is where we get to the good part. The mighty black sand beach. Right here. if we can get through all of this, we can go ahead and take a look. We have to walk down these winding paths that lead to one road after another, and slowly up to our destination. There are a lot of these plants growing next to these. I don't even know what these are called, but they are absolutely stunning. If you can see right here, you can see all that muddy water gushing out from the forest, and you can catch a glimpse. The forest is absolutely stunning though. It's just, it's amazing to watch. And here we go. This is our black sand beach. If you can see down there, it's all volcanic ash and rock. It is absolutely stunning. I don't even mind the muddy water as much at this point. And if you look far off into the distance, the muddy water is blue water. It's just right here coming from the forest, from the waterfall. Sometimes wonder how water makes it into the ditch that forms a waterfall. It's just like never-ending water, but where does that never-ending water come from? It can't really come from like the top of a peak, because that's where the thinnest air is, and I'm pretty sure the most water evaporates there. But it's always a question that's intrigued me. How does water endlessly flow out of a waterfall? There must be something else connecting to it. Then here is an endless expanse of even more lush greenery, and a full side of this island entirely. We're on the edge of it. It's like experiencing a whole new thing. But in Maui, Wai'anapanapa means glistening fresh water in the Hawaiian language. It just refers to nearby freshwater streams and sparkling pools. And this camp offers a small lawn where campers may pitch a tent and a public bathroom nearby. But honestly, this is one of the most interesting places. I was just like standing there incredibly puzzled and just looking at small details, and when something intrigued me, I just went to go ahead and tell my parents. But if you see all these volcanic rocks here, it's actually amazing. You can see that a bunch of them are really smooth and round, and then there's one of these little caves, you could say. It's one of those lava tubes, except filled with water, which was really cool. And then I loved how the waves were coming back and forth, just like meddling with each other. And then the water just came surging and splashed on the rocks. And it was actually all, it's really cool. I enjoyed this, like, a lot. Can't even begin to explain how much it intrigued me. But what intrigued me most was the road of Hana Drive with all the curves. It has 620 curves and 59 bridges, which can make it scary and fun. It's a cute little town, the town of Hana, but you have to do a lot to get there. There's a lot of curves and one-way roads and everything. Like, you'll have to do a lot to get to the town of Hana. There are no gas stations along the way, so make sure you fill your tank before you get there. But other than that, I have literally nothing much to say. It's a mostly top thing to do in Maui, because there are hairpin turns, blind corners, one-lane bridges, and spots that are only wide enough for one car. So if another car comes in front of you, you're a dead man. You have no chance. And these fruits are exotic. I don't even know where they came from, man. They look so cool. Like, look at all of this. And we were all, like, satisfied with everything we'd done so far. We were all just, like, smiling at the end of it. And then make the drive back. All these winding curves. And we still can't help but stop everywhere. Because either way, And you see here, we have to like back up to let a car pass by. See, all these roads are just, you know, weird. And then the blind corners, if you just turn and see a car, it could be a scary thing because you guys could crash without even knowing. And this is like a one-way bridge, a full one-way road. I never even knew these existed. I thought they were only in movies. Super cool. But other than that, I absolutely enjoyed our first day at Maui, and it was the best day ever. I recommend you guys go to all of these places, and I absolutely loved this. Like, it was amazing. Best trip ever. I got to see live turtles and everything. It's one of the most exotic and unique places I've ever seen. Like, who actually has live turtle, like a place where you can see live turtles? Because usually turtles don't ever come up at beaches, and if you find an actual sanctuary for them, it's, you know, it's peace and quiet. But anyways, guys, we're nearing the end of our video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Bye, and see you in my next video.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.